Blake Parks told Dillard to get off the field before McCullum got to the referee to explain what the play was, and therefore giving Lebanon the crucial yardage. And they do pick up the first down. This sideline report has been brought to you by Ron's Family Hair Design, offering 10% off on Paul Mitchell products this week. Go see Ron and Cam at Ron's Family Hair Design.
First and goal, Lebanon. The Blue Devils will have it at the 8-yard line. Length of the football inside the Red Raider 8. And here is Pitt on a sneak up the middle, and he's going to get inside the 5, maybe to the 4-yard line with 1:18, and that clock running. Lebanon leading 20-7.
Just running right at the heart of that 5-3 defense, taking the quarterback and using him like a battering ram, just zone blocking. You block the white jersey in front of you, and we'll try to wedge that thing out and get some yards. As Lebanon now gets it just inside the 5.
Tressler left. Hankins is right. Carson is in tight. And Pitt with a pitch back to Stafford. Needs a block. Gets it. Stafford hit hard at the 3 and dropped. Flag going to be down. Hold on to the horses. That one came in from behind, and that's always bad news. But let's see. Blocking below the knees is the call. Now another. And I think this may be a 15-yarder on the Blue Devils.
I believe.
Because I think somebody said something.
I believe our officials may have large Bugs Bunny type ears to hear that. They're talking to Alls as Alls leaves the field of play and subbing in the backfield. We had the illegal block call, and then the official, the white hat, the referee in charge of the game, looks at the Lebanon huddle and tosses a flag in the air. Apparently he heard something he didn't like. So they're going to back that thing up.
They brought it out to the 20. Now let's see what they're going to do with it.
Unsportsmanlike conduct against Lebanon.
Now we're going to walk off 15 more. So they bring it back out to the 35. Boy, that changed field positions in a hurry.
Well, it sure did. And John, apparently the white hat heard something he didn't like.
Well, it was our buddy Fred McCullum, our line judge, that helped us out earlier. Evidently, he heard something he didn't like, and he was explaining that to Coach Bob Dillard. So it's going to be a long second down for the Blue Devils.
Blue Devils, second and goal, as a matter of fact, from the 35. And back to throw is Pitt. Looks, fires long, and he's got Carson. Can't get to it at the 5-yard line. Carson was behind everybody, but stumbled and fell. Got a hand on it down at the 5, but couldn't pull it in.
John, it was right in front of you, and Elliott looked like he just lost his footing at the last second.
Tommy, when he turned his shoulders to take a look at the ball, his feet got a little bit tangled up and wasn't able to get up under it, lost his footing, and the ball falls incomplete. This sideline report was brought to you by Automotive Wheel Services, because so much is riding on your tire.
Football cheerleader at Lebanon High School. We're here with Ted Alls, the Fakes and Hooker, to thank them for their support in presenting this Blue Devil souvenir.
On behalf of Fakes and Hooker and its employees, we'd like to take this opportunity to wish Coach Bob Dillard, his coaching staff, and his players at Lebanon High School a very prosperous year.
Go Devils!
Go in the first half. Lebanon leads Coffee County by a score of 20-7. This reminder, Phil Nixon, Dale Bay, the FM 99 scoreboard show following this broadcast tonight. And they'll be on the air till 11 o'clock with all the regional scores. And don't forget, you can hear Bob Dillard and Bill Alexander from Watertown and all the coaches on the Coaches Breakfast live from Arby's tomorrow morning from 9 to 10 a.m.
Lebanon looking at a third and goal from the Raider 35. Double wide outs right, and again Pitt drops back to throw, fakes in the middle, and fires long. Same play, and here is C. It's almost caught, almost intercepted, and falls out of bounds at about the 10-yard line. So Lebanon will be down to 4th down.
Lebanon running the down, out, and down. Ran Ron C. on the out route and then just turned him upfield. And Damon did a pretty good job of laying that thing in there. Terry, what about Damon tonight throwing the football?
Tommy, Damon's 5 of 9 here in the first half. 5 of 9 for 68 yards.
And as Tommy said, that one pretty much on the mark, except good defensive play down there. Got in C's way, and that might have had a lot more yardage, and that Carson got his feet tangled up a moment ago down about the 5-yard line. 4th and goal from the 35. Pitt back to throw, big rush, firing out to the near corner, and here's C. Got a little room. Ron C. at the 30. Inside the 26 down to about the 25-yard line. And the Raiders hold with 5 seconds left on the clock, and they'll put it in play. And if that went out of bounds, we'll have time for a play from the Raiders.
Lebanon has taken a timeout on this one, Clyde, so we can take a station break. You're listening to Blue Devil Football on FM 99.
Cheerleader at Lebanon High School, and I'm here with Karen Casings from Lebanon K Division to present her with this award.
Thank you. On behalf of Lebanon Cable Vision, we're proud supporters of Lebanon High School.
Let's go Blue!
The timeout with the change of possession. Lebanon leads Coffee County 20-7, 5 seconds to go. He wants to back that secondary up.
And the Raiders will have time for one. Let's see what they do with it. Sharon is going to hand it off to his big fullback, and he's going to blast out over the 25 to about the 26, 27, 28-yard line, and the half will end there. It's halftime at Noakes Lassiter Field here in Lebanon, and the Blue Devils lead the Red Raiders of Coffee County 20-7. We'll take this 2-minute commercial break and then be back. This is the Blue Devil.
This broadcast is brought to you by
Lebanon leads Coffee County by a score of 20-7. Lebanon all over them early, and Coffee County bounced back. John, what's it like down there at halftime? Those Blue Devils coming back out on the football field emotionally, how do they seem? Okay, we don't have John yet. We'll try to catch back to him in just a minute. But Lebanon back out on the football field for the start of this second half of action, leading Coffee County by a score of 20-7. This program reminder, stay tuned tonight to the FM 99 scoreboard show. And John, that should get you down there on the field. You should be up and running. What about the mood of those Blue Devils as they come out for the second half? And we still don't have John down on the field, so we'll check that out with Dwight here in just a moment. Coffee County's going to kick it off, and here with the second half call is Klein Harville.
All right. Blue Devils set to receive. Boy, we're in a mess here. We'll finally get things straightened out. Here is the kick. And a squibbler going to be taken by the up man and dropped. Stafford going to pick it up at the 18, back to the 20, out to the 25, lowers his head and punches it out to the 28-yard line. And Lebanon will put it in play, 1st and 10 from their own 28.
Offensively, Lebanon's offensive front, they've done a great job generating over 200 yards on the ground. Well, in total offense, in fact. Cale Cripps, Chris Hicks, Chris Bain, Kenneth Nelson, Ryan Alls up front. Elliot Carson is the tight end.
C and Tressler split wide to the right. Pitt sets him down and makes the call. Here is a quick opener to Griffin. Slides outside and gets a yard, no more, to the 29. Gain of a yard on the play. Blue Devils have it 2nd and 9. And Tommy, I've got John figured out now. We're set for him down there when you need him.
All right, John. Now, if you've got a read on the feel of that football team, how do we feel coming out the second half?
Tommy, they're pretty much on the even keel. Of course, they got a 20-7 halftime lead. The motions were good and strong. They just seem like they're going to come out here in the second half and take care of business.
2nd and 9. Blue Devils at their own 29-yard line, leading the football game 20-7. With 11 minutes to play, we have just started third quarter action here at Noakes Lassiter Field. Handoff, second man. Stafford got a hole, and then it closed. He's at the 30, breaks a tackle out to the 33, 34-yard line. Stafford running hard, broke a tackle. He ran right through 2 Red Raiders at the 30 and gets 4 extra.
Lebanon ran the counter play, a play we didn't run in the first half. We faked Griffin to the right. Stafford took a counter step and then cut back to his left behind a good block. Was met at the line of scrimmage and just kept those feet churning. Stafford's having a good night running the football.
He is running hard. Again, C and Tressler split wide to the right. Griffin the fullback, Stafford the tailback. Fake to Stafford. Pitt going to roll out. Get loose, free. Pitt to the 30, 35. He's at the 40, still on his feet, 45. Out to the 49-yard line goes Damon Pitt. Flag down back at the 28.
They grabbed his face mask deep in the backfield, but what a run by that quarterback, Damon Pitt. Tell you what, they grabbed him right around the face mask. Looks like they gave it a good jerk, twisted his head, but he's strong as an ox. They're going to decline that penalty and take the run from scrimmage. And Terry, that gets those quarterback numbers rushing really up into some good figures.
Tommy, that'll help you a lot when you go from the 39 all the way up to the 49, 15 yards and a first down by Damon Pitt.
And as Tommy said a moment ago, a lot of that just on sheer strength. He is some kind of strong kid at quarterback. 1st and 10, Blue Devils at their own 49-yard line. Pitt, same formation, and now we got an official coming in, going to stop the action and talk to one of Lebanon's big tackles there who didn't have a chin strap buckled or something, and they're going to buckle him up and get him ready to play here. C and Tressler split wide to the right. Pitt down the line on the option, going to be hit and going to be dropped for a yard, maybe 2-yard loss on the play.
You know, there are quarterbacks who are kind of fragile and maybe just a little bit scared of contact, and you cannot say those things about Damon Pitt. There he is, and got those ankle braces and black shoes and black sweatbands. This kid's a football player. Wherever you line him up, he wants to play football. And last year, he played in the secondary and backed up a little bit at tight end while we had a senior quarterback, and he's had the job through the spring and really done a bang-up job for this Blue Devil offense.
And one of the great things, he's only a junior. Pitt takes it. Pitch back to the near side, and Tressler's got some room. 45, 50. Down to the 48, 47-yard line, but we're going to have a hold, I believe, on Lebanon at about the Lebanon 49, and I think they're going to call it on Big Carson. And that is going to be the call. So Lebanon did not have the first down, but they had about a 5 or 6 yard gain. That's going to be nullified, and they're going to walk the Blue Devils back probably from about the 49-yard line, 48 or 49-yard line of Lebanon, and the Blue Devils retreating deep, expecting harsh penalties on this one.
They got the penalty called on Carson. He had a long time to maintain that block, and if he slips outside left or right and Elliott's arms leave the middle of that torso, then they're going to call hold. You can't extend your arms and make contact. Elliott did a good job holding the guy up there as Tressler tried to make his cut, and the idea behind running that play is that slows the pursuit down a little bit. Coffee County quickly running out on our sweep and the option, and maybe that'll slow the pursuit down.
All right, C to the near side, Tressler to the far side, and Pitt is back to throw, looks, trying to get the screen pass, loose football, and Coffee County's got it at about the Lebanon 19, 18-yard line. Pitt wanted to throw the screen, they jarred it loose, and Coffee County comes up with a big play at the Lebanon 19, where they'll have it 1st and 10, and the Blue Devil defense going to have to stiffen up in a hurry here.
Looked like Ray Goin, G-O-I-N, with the recovery as Pitt, retreating on the screenplay, held the ball out in one hand, and they swatted at it and knocked the thing loose. Negative yards on the play, and now Coffee County takes over.
1st and 10. We'll probably get a look at that big Elam, the 220-pound, 5'11" sophomore fullback right here. Sharon sets his team down. Slot to the left. They hand it to that big fullback trying to get outside, and he is met at the 19, and he gets nothing. Boy, Ron C. was one of the first to meet him. Griffin, the linebacker, was there, and Pitt, the cornerback, come up, and they really corralled the big guy on that one.
We had a stunt with our secondary, Clyde, as we just ran people into the backfield, anticipating them going that way. They played right into the strength of the defense, and Elam cannot get going.
2nd and 10, no gain on the play. Now they're going to split Shelton out to the near side, and it isn't Shelton, it is Jason Stacy, split wide to the right for the Raiders. Sharon going to give it to his tailback White. Lebanon with a little pursuit. He turns the corner, gets inside the 15, still on his feet, going to drive down to about the 11-yard line. Good run by White, who has not carried the ball too many times tonight. Thomas White broke a Lebanon tackle and moved down to about the Lebanon when they had him down at the 15-yard line.
Carson had him by an arm and had a handful of jersey, finally turned him loose, but Jeff Gannon, the other defensive end with solid pursuit coming from the other side of the field, brings him down. So Coffee County now looking at a 3rd down play.
3rd and 2, and actually the football is just in